Hey everyone, it's Hannah. I hope you are well. I'm back again, sat in front of my stash with my large Amazon box, which is a ring light that I need to get out and set up because I have a feeling daytime filming might be reducing, nighttime filming might be increasing, so the ring light might actually be quite helpful. Mario has just taken the tiny one out very briefly to the post office. That's the word that I was looking for because he had some money to pay in. So I made the most of the opportunity and stuck some makeup on my face. And we're going to go through the sweater quantity stash. Yes. Now most of this, I've left some over there. Most of this, all of this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to keep. This is less de-stash. This is just more sorting out my stash. Because look how organised this is. I did this yesterday, which would have been the last video. Last Friday, so if you want to see me go through my single skein stash, make some vague plans, and also the things that I'm going to de-stash, go back and watch that video. But today we're going to be going through sweater quantities. I've been collecting sweater quantities of yarn for quite a long time, and the problem with that is that I don't actually knit that quickly. If you've watched my podcast ever before, I've just started it over again, so technically I've just posted episode 1, but my goodness, I'm very slow at knitting jumpers. The tea that I'm drinking, my Pitcairn ceramic mug, is just Yorkshire tea biscuit brew. Mario made it for me, and it's getting a little bit cold now. But I love wearing hand knit jumpers. I'm very fortunate that my mum knits me jumpers quite a lot out of commercial yarn, but I might ask her if she can do some for me out of my stash yarn. You know? Anyway, so this jumper that I'm currently wearing, this is one that I have actually knit myself out of my own hand-dyed yarn. It's just the plain DK held with some coloured mohair, and it is the Trilogy sweater. I think I want to make another one of these out of some of this. So shall we start going through it? These 3 skeins are from Castleview Yarns. This is Agatha on her mohair silk base, which is the 7228 Kid Mohair Silk blend, 420 meters per 50 grams. I got this at East Anglia Yarn Festival last year. Oh, there's a cat up here. Hi, Miso. Hi. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Because I want to knit one of these, and it's DK held with mohair, so that's the mohair. This will be the DK. Oh, I've lost my unicorn. You sit there, thank you. The DK will be this from Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. This was from her Grishaverse collection. I went a bit ham on that collection. This is No Mourners, No Funerals on her Dystopian DK, which is 100% superwash merino. Got hair on it because of course I do, because I'm molting. Postpartum hair loss is real, but they're beautiful, these beautiful colours, just a bit dark, a bit moody, and so them together, I think that's going to be stunner. I think this is going to be the next jumper that I knit, and yes, I think I'm going to make another one of these because I wear this a lot. So it'll be nice having a bit of a darker one as well. Next up, while we're sticking with the Grishaverse collection, I have these 3 skeins, which are Make Me Your Villain on Romanticy Sock from the Grishaverse collection, which is Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. So this is 75-25 superwash merino nylon. Romanticy Sock is 425 meters per 100 grams. I think she puts her yarn bands in the middle. I always do mine at the bottom. I don't know why, just a difference of packaging. But it's this really dark slate blue grey colour, which I love, I think, yes. So I bought 3 of them and 2 of these because I want to do some kind of colour work with these 2, but I don't know if the contrast is high enough. So this is Without Armour, same base. But I don't know if the contrast is high enough. I'm going to pop this in black and white and then we shall see. Because that's how you can tell if something is high enough contrast for colour work, is if you pop it in black and white and the colours are quite different to one another, then they'll be good for colour work. For example, is a good example. I have this skein of Skein Queen that I want to destash. But these in black and white, very high contrast, great for colour work. You see? But yeah, I think that would be really fun in like an unwind knitwear something. But I wasn't sure what to make, so I bought 3 skeins of it, which used to be enough to make me a jumper. I don't know if it still is. And then we've got 2 of these, so we'll see. I'm not convinced that they're enough contrast, but we'll see. So next up, this is actually some of my own hand-dyed yarn. I can't remember what colour I named this, but this is on my yak sock base, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon. This is the man with the big purple hand. I think it was meant to be man with the fat purple hand, but I accidentally misnamed them all. This was one of my Knit Roll Yarn Club collections. This was inspired by Scanlan Shorthold, and yeah, this was when I did the Legends of Vox Machina ones, because I've done campaign 1, campaign 2, campaign 3, the Legends of Vox Machina. Yes, and so then I dyed up some dark purple to go with it because it's beautiful. This is also on yak sock, and the goal with this was to make an elf mail. I just haven't done that yet, but I do think that this will be a very good elf mail. So I think I'm going to keep them in stash, because one day I will knit an elf mail. I've had the goal to knit one for so long because I think it's a great pattern. Next up, we've got these 3, which I think are a fade from the Crafty Bird that I got in a swap. So yeah, it's just a 3 colour fade. I don't think they're named. So this is just 100% superwash merino cozy 4-ply, and it's a little fade. So I could knit a little fade. I can knit a little shawl. I'm not entirely sure what I want to make with it, but I could also just knit tiny 3 different jumpers. So maybe that's what I'll do with it, and move it across to the other side, and use them 3 separately and make 3 different jumpers / cardigans. Actually, my friend yesterday, I saw a couple of my friends and they gifted the tiny one a really cute pinafore and like vest and tights, and this will go really well with it. So I might cake this up and make a little cardigan with it because that will go really, really well. And then, yes, I might do that instead. So I'll take them out of the sweater quantity because I don't think I want to make a sweater out of them. Next up, we have these that I bought when we went to Canada. This is Riverside Studio, who is based in Quebec. I mean, we went to Toronto, but I bought this from a yarn shop in Toronto. I had a great time in there. And this is Corrosion. This is her Superwash Merino nylon sock, which is, it's 113 grams, 384 meters, so it's a bit of a chunkier one. But I really, really liked it. I potentially should have bought an extra skein. I maybe should have bought an extra skein, but you know what? That's fine. We'll make it work. If I have to have short sleeves or it has to be cropped, then so be it. But I'm not entirely sure what this is going to be, because I also have some of this left over, which is Rowan Kid Silk Haze. This was left, which is 70% mohair, 30% silk, left over from my wedding shawl. I knit a shawl for my wedding out of this, purely out of this. It was lace, and I didn't get gauge, but the shawl was plenty big enough, so I've actually got a fair chunk left over. I'll have to buy some more. This is in the pearl colourway, if I remember correctly. I'll have to buy some more. But this actually goes quite well together, and so it would be quite nice to have. We went to Canada for a honeymoon jumper with the wedding shawl yarn. So I might pick up some more of this soon. I would need, I don't know how much is here, but even just to match meterage. Is that it? Yes. I think I'd need at least 3, if not 4 more of these, so I should order that soon because I got married 5 years ago. So it's not going to be the same dye lot. I might, yes, I need to order some more of those, but that will be something held together, some kind of fluffy cardigan jumper, something. I think that is, if you got pattern recommendations, as always, welcomed. Leave me your favourite jumper cardigan patterns in the comments below, that would be great. Then I can check them out. Then we've got these 3 skeins of Wool and Works Fairy Bread. This is on her fingering merino, which is 100% superwash merino. I admired this colour for a really long time and then eventually took the plunge and bought some. I think it's so cute. I love it. It's like undyed with really rainbow speckles. I think, sorry I got distracted looking at the timer instead of myself. I think I really want this to be some kind of tee, some kind of t-shirt deal. I've never really made a, have I? Oh yeah, I've made a few. Yeah, but maybe like a some kind of t-shirt will be really fun because I think these are really fun colours for the summer. I was originally going to hold it with mohair, but then I'm like, there's only so many jumpers you can make held with other stuff, and I just kind of want the speckles to shine. So I think I'm going to make a t-shirt with it, or just I've made the So Faded jumper so many times, and it is one that I've worn a fair amount. I don't wear my fade one quite so much now, but I have one that is like one colour that I've worn a fair chunk, so I could do that if not as well. Next up we have these Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. Dreamy of Candy Unicorns on 2 different bases. I've got these, which are the Superwash Merino, 100% Superwash Merino. I don't think it's called that anymore. That's not what this base is called anymore. She's named it something, but these are old. I bought them ages ago from Selena. I didn't realise how much Selena I had in my sweater stash. Quite a lot. Hi Selena. And then this is her Magical Mohair base, which is the 7228 mohair. The same colour. You can't really tell because it's been blown out quite a lot. But this is Dreamy of Candy Unicorns. This is such a popular colourway. So the goal is to hold these together to make something. Now I was going to make like a Whitmore or something because I think that would be really, really pretty. But I'm not entirely sure if I want to go cardigan or sweater with it. I don't really have any like light pastel cardigans. I wear a lot of black. I'm not wearing black, I'm wearing black under here. I wear a lot of black, so I'm thinking like a fun cardigan might perk it up, but then at the same time this in like a beautiful jumper will be great for winter. Leslie of Knit California has recently come out with a California sweater that I'm tempted by because I think that might be fun. It's just a raglan, quite loose gauge, or a Lento. Unsure, but that's going to be something. Anyway, this is not so much desash and keep. This is more just let me try and figure out what I want to do with my sweater quantities. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that unicorn has a death wish. Right, this final one I got from Caroline of Dundonit because she was just very generous, ridiculously so, when I stayed at her house. This was meant to be a no frill sweater, but it's not size inclusive, and also I like to try to knit things that aren't necessarily by big popular designers, not to be like, oh, hashtag not like other girls, but more just because I have somewhat of a platform. I like to try and showcase other dyers, other she says with a whole stash of Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. But I like to try to showcase other dyers, other designers. I'm not quite sure what my cat is doing, so I try to not knit too many of like the big designers and try to find different ones. We'll see if I actually do that. But this is Skein Queen. This is the Silky Twist base. This is very, very old. This skein was £20 and it would not be £20 now. And these skeins of mohair were £18 and they would not be £18 now. So they're very old. So this is Violet Gin. This is on Slinky Twist, which is Superwash Merino and Silk 80/20. That's upside down. And it's just a very nice mauve colour. So I really want to knit this up. I'm getting very distracted by my cat, so I apologise. But it's got these really nice speckles. It's getting blown out quite a lot, but if I hold it close maybe. It's like a dusty mauve colour. It's really, really pretty. And then these are on the floof base. This is Vintage Lilac. And yeah, I think they're going to be really nice together. This was destined to be like a solstice sweater, and I've just not got round to it because babies. Miso's having a lovely time exploring over there with all the IKEA bags. Right, I'm going to pop all of this back because I've got one more sweater quantity that I received recently, like last week, that some of you, if you're not part of the Biscuit Brew crew over on Patreon, you won't have seen it yet. So I'm going to pop this all back in a different order to the way that I had it before, in the bid that hopefully I will start to cast on some of them. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely going to, I think, give some to my mum to knit for me. Yes. So I realised there's 3 more sweater quantities I haven't shared with you somehow. One of them is last year's advent calendar. I actually really want this jumper. And it's the Scrappy Stripes sweater. My base that I dye my advents on is 75-25 superwash Blueface Leicester and nylon. I asked Jess of Skein and the Stitch, sorry Jess, it's because I know you as Jess, to dye me up. I sent her some of the yarn, she doesn't stock that base, and she dyed up the Weirdstone? Is that what it's called? Her black one from her Sarah J Maas collection that she did. I bought 3 skeins of it. I'm knitting a field day cardigan out of it, holding it double with some mohair from Creative Anarchy. But this to be the base colour because I knew I wouldn't be able to get a black this good. And so that's in a box just here, so I'm not going to fish it out because chaos. At the same time, same collection, I didn't buy, this was a birthday present last year to me, 5 skeins of Princeling. This is on her Plush DK base. I have no frame of reference what any of these names mean because I haven't read any Sarah J Maas books. It's 100% superwash merino, 225 metres per 100 grams. I kept it in the bag, but it's this beautiful grey-green colour. I did know what I was going to make out of this. It was going to be some kind of cropped sweater, but then I got pregnant and I just was like, I don't know what size to knit, so I'm just going to hold off because I don't know what size I'm going to be after I give birth. And in all fairness, my body is still settling, as it were, 4 months postpartum, and like every day I'm like, I'm a different shape somehow. I don't know. Anyway, box of yarn that I received from the Crafty Bird, Robin. I shopped her, what's it called? The Season of Magic collection. I saw this and was like, this is stunning. So I bought 5 skeins of this, which is Autumn Evenings. This is on her Cozy DK base. And it's a little less blue in person, it's coming up on the camera, but I want to dye up some mohair to go with this. I actually do want to dye up some mohair to go with this. So either a dark blue or a dark purple. Where's that really dark skein of purple that I dyed? Because like, I think that looks almost black though, so maybe not. But maybe not so dark, but some kind of dark purple, or I'll pop that back in a second, or something like that would be really, really nice. But it's got all these sort of peacocky hues to it. And yeah, so this is either going to be a doppio or another one of these. I think something fluffy. I think that's what I want. So yes, that is the latest addition to the hoard. My goodness, I can't quite believe I have so many sweater quantities. I actually need to stop buying them and start knitting them. Like I said, my goal for 2025 is to end the year with less yarn than I started with. Oh, the other big projects that I've got is I've bought a Spectrum Fibre Advent for this year. That's only 12 days though, not 24. And I've still got my Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. Advent from last year, which is a combo of Surrey fluff and sock yarn. So I need to start that cowl. I think I want to knit the cowl. That the pattern that it came with from Yarnia Designs. I do also still have a few skeins left from my 2021 the Fibre Fox Advent, but I could just knit a stripy jumper for the tiny one. So those are my sweater quantities. I have too many. I already feel a little bit overwhelmed. I thought that this one might make me feel a little bit better. It has not made me feel better, folks. It has not. It has made me realise that I need to crack on. And yesterday I just spontaneously cast on a pair of socks for Mario instead of knitting the field day cardigan that I need to finish before I cast on another jumper, because I only knit one garment at a time, because I can't do too many. So I need to get back on the field day cardigan. I need to crack on with that, and then maybe I'll try and find a pattern that's a little bit quicker to knit. Big needles, like the California sweater, I'm pretty sure has quite big needles. Or I can knit another one of these. This wasn't super quick, but I think that's also because I put it down for a good chunk of time. But yeah, and this, I can't remember what I said that this was going to be, but it's going to be good. I'm sure I saved it in my favourites on Ravelry. I'll have a look anyway. But yeah, my sweater quantities have outgrown the nook that I have. So anyway, thank you so much for watching me go through my sweater stash. It's out of control. Completely out of control. So I need to rein it in. It feels a bit contradictory, me saying I'm going to stop buying so much yarn when my job is to sell yarn. So I'm not discouraging you from buying yarn. I'm kidding. Do what you need to do. But it's all a little bit too much. So I need to crack this down a little bit. Maybe 2025 is the year that I try to knit 3 jumpers. Maybe that's optimistic, as I'm going to have a baby that's on the move. But yeah, we'll see. Especially because I'm going to be working in the evenings when the baby is asleep instead of knitting. So yes, that's going to be such a cute cardigan. Oh, I'm so glad I looked through that, because that is actually perfect for the outfit that she got yesterday. Yes, 3 to 6 months. I could even hold it double and make it a DK cardigan. Pull from the middle and the outside. And make her some little matching socks as well. Anyway, I'm going to pop that there. Didn't cast anything else on, Hannah. Finish your field day cardigan. I'm not anywhere close to finishing it. I don't even know where I am on the pattern. I started in May. I'm going to love you and leave you, folks. Thanks so much for watching. What are your stashes like? Are they better or worse than mine? Take that in whatever direction you need to. Better as in, is your stash bigger than mine? Or worse, is your stash bigger than mine? I mean, it entirely depends how you view your stash. Apologies for the Amazon box throughout. That was terrible framing on my part. You'd think after doing YouTube since 2008 that I would be a bit better at this, but I'm not. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, links can all be found in the description box below, along with anything else that I think you might need. Let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like to see from me. That would be great. And yeah, let me know some pattern recommendations. I'm always up for them. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. You are a fantastic person. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. I post every week, so that would be nice if you wanted to subscribe. And with all that being said, I will see you very soon in next week's video. Bye!